Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Well, morning here. 7 minutes, 18 minutes after 7, in fact. So, what I'm going to do now, well, I've got a bit of time. I'm going to have a quick look at those introductions that you sent or posted in the group yesterday. Okay, so I'm not going to go into it in too much depth. I'll just give you my general comments, and I'll maybe change some of the grammar. So this is a topic. Some people believe that school children should not be given homework by their teachers, whereas others argue that homework plays an important role in the education of children. It's a discussion. I want you to look at both views and to express your opinion. Now, in terms of the structure, I recommend that that sentence one you simply paraphrase. Right? Don't add anything. It's not a controversial topic. Don't write any general shit. We don't need it. Simply paraphrase the topic, then answer the question, and give an idea of where the essay is going. Okay, so let's have a look. See what we've got. So that's something else. Let's see what we've got. I'll just copy this here. Okay, people have different views about the necessity of a home of assignments for school pupils. Well, it's kind of paraphrases it. It's not too bad. I would have said what those views were instead of saying there's some different views. Some believe they shouldn't get it. Some say it's important, so that's kind of pretty short. Well, there are some benefits to giving children some homework, such as, I would say what they are. I believe that they should be free to enjoy their childhood. Well, they can still enjoy their childhood with or without homework. So that's not really answering the question, is it, as such? So it's kind of going in the right way, but, you know, it's extremely short and very short on information. Okay, let's go to the next one. That's ebooks. What's this next one? Let's have a look. Okay, it is commonly argued, well, I suppose it is, that setting home assignments. Now, you can paraphrase for sure, but not every word can or should be paraphrased. Homework is homework. Home tasks. What exactly are home tasks? What is that, like doing the housework? Is it cleaning? Because that's a task in the home. Homework. All right. So if you paraphrase, and again, not every word should or can be, you know. So it's commonly argued that setting home assignments, again, I would admit it, homework for pupils, is necessary as opposed to those who claim home tasks to be an integral part of a child's education. Now, this next sentence is a complete waste of time. It's a waste of ink, essentially. The essay will look at both of these. Okay, pointing out my own opinion. Well, we know that that's what you do, that's what you will do, because the rubric tells you to do so. So this is essentially, it's meaningless. It's a nonsense sentence. Don't use it. It doesn't tell us anything. Make sure that you give some kind of an idea, an outline, where the essay is going. I'll show you some, I'll show you my example in a little bit. Let's take this next one. Since the dawn of time. No, I don't think so. Since the dawn of time. Well, we don't really need that. Yeah, so we don't really need that. That's, it does not work. Doing homework has been an integral part of the educational system. Well, I don't think it has. Can you prove that? Can you prove that? I don't think so. Never assert anything without evidence. Never assert anything without evidence. If you try that at university, your professors will tell you off for doing so. So, while some people hold the view that doing assignments, you mean homework, is a waste of time, others assert the idea that it is an effective way of learning for, not of, children. This essay will discuss the idea against and for. Well, in terms of collocation, it's always for and against, not against and for. For and against, giving homework. Okay, again, this is a wasted sentence. And stand by having homework. Hang on. So this essay will discuss the idea for and against giving homework to students, and stand by having homework. What? So is this supposed to be your opinion? If so, it should be clear. I stand by the view. This is my view. I agree. In my opinion, you've got to be clear. And stand by having homework. Not sure what that means, since it has tangible benefits, which are. What are these benefits of which you speak? Well, let's have a look. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Now, IELTS do not pose questions that are or which are controversial. They do not. On purpose. There's no religion or politics or abortion. There's no controversial notions or subjects, right? So, don't use that, because it's not what the examiners, what they said, and you will lose marks accordingly. Stick to the topic, only the topic. So, it should be, they are if we're going to change it in grammar terms, it should be, there are controversial notions regarding education systems. What systems? Whose systems? What notions? Simple, vague assertion is meaningless. Meaningless. What are you talking about? What notions? What systems? Having home assignments are no exception. Well, having homework are no exception. What? So, there's controversial notions regarding home assignments. Well, that's not very good. Although I believe practice makes perfect, what's that got to do with homework? They should be as varied as tastes. No idea what that means. To encourage students to choose them enthusiastically. No idea what this sentence means. It's as clear as mud, and the examiner will mark it accordingly. That's just what he will do, he or she. They're not going to give you a phone call and say, hey man, I'm marking your essay. Listen, there's this sentence, can you explain it? They'll just do as I've done now, and they'll say no idea what that means, and they'll move on accordingly. So, have we got anything else? Yeah. Let me just copy this one. It is commonly argued. Have I done that? Is that the same? Sending home sense. Why is that? Why has she posted that twice? That seems to have been posted twice. Don't want that. Why has she posted it twice? Okay, let's see. Here's another one. Let's have a look. All human beings spend half of their life at school. No, they don't. Sorry, they just don't. So that's not true, and it's got nothing to do with the topic. According to this point, what point? The education of children makes a contribution to their life. No shit, Sherlock. Really? Okay, and what's that got to do? So, these first two sentences are meaningless and useless. We do not need them, and they don't make sense. Okay? Get straight to the point. Some people subscribe to a view. You mean some people think. that having homework is not essential for children. Now, you've got to keep going back to the topic, because it says here, given homework by their teachers. So make sure that you mention all this. Some people think having homework is not essential for children, whilst others take issue with this view. What issue do they take? What, they disagree? Okay. In fact, they share this view. Hang on. So, how does this make sense? Right? How does this make sense? So, some people think having homework is not essential, whilst others take issue with this view. Presumably, they think it is. In fact, they share this view that having homework makes a difference in the education of children. Well, how can they share this view? You said one says it's not essential, others say it is. So how can they share that view? Although both ideas have their own merits and demerits, you mean advantages and disadvantages. What are they? I assume. How is that a clear opinion? Assume? You mean, you either say it is or it isn't. You don't assume. I assume that the advantages of having homework outweigh its disadvantages. Why? This essay is supposed to. Is it not going to discuss both views? So these three sentences here essentially are meaningless. They don't tell me anything. So these two sentences here are meaningless. This doesn't make sense. There's an inbuilt contradiction. And these three sentences don't say anything. It's just a waste of words, empty sentences. That's not good. Okay, what else have we got? It is heatly. You mean hotly? Debated. Well, it's not. It's not. It's not hotly debated. It's not controversial. It's just said some people think kids should have homework, others think they shouldn't. That's it. It's not hot. It's not a hot topic. It's not controversial in any way. It is hotly debated that whether don't have to debate it whether homework, because it's home tasks is not the same. Homework given by teachers. Hang on a second. There's the garbage boys outside. I'll just stop this and come back in a second. Okay. I don't know if you heard that, but I've got my office window open because it's quite warm here, and that was the early morning garbage truck. Okay, so it's hotly debated. Well, it's not. Whether homework given by teachers is vital or not at present. Is vital what? Well, that's a paraphrase, but it's not a very good one in terms of collocation. While some hold the belief that schoolers, what is schoolers? You mean school children? That isn't even a word. The school children have a right. Well, it doesn't say anything about a right. It simply says some people think that teachers shouldn't give kids homework. Others say that homework is important. Not the same thing. Others reckon homework as crucial stuff. As crucial stuff is crucial in any field of education. The way I see it, we need a dummy subject, is that schoolers, what is that word? Should put a higher emphasis on their homework to have a bright future ahead. But it's nothing to do with the children. Kids don't go into school and say, "Oh, teacher, give me homework." Don't give me homework. The teacher decides. Nothing to do with the children. How can children put a higher emphasis on the homework? They're not putting an emphasis on anything. And don't forget, we need an article. So, So we have an opinion, kind of, but I'm not really sure what the opinion is. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Another one. Whether or not students should receive homework is still a source for debate. Well, no, it's not. For debates, well, no, it's not. Not really. There's not a debate. Some people say yes, some say no. They're not trying to convince each other of their opposing opinions, are they? Some suggest that practice makes perfect. What is this? What does that practice make perfect? What? Practicing what? Are they talking about practicing doing some what? I get. Well, I'm not really sure what you're trying to say. You've got to spell things out. If an examiner, such as I'm doing now, if they're having to ask, then it's not clear. Practice makes perfect, and some argue it might have a negative effect on students' interest in schools. Although I tend to agree with the first with the first view. You tend, or do you? You have a tendency, but does that mean that you do or you don't? You have to be clear. This essay will discuss both viewpoints. Well, don't tell me. We know you're going to discuss both viewpoints, so that's another empty sentence. Instead of wasting words, simply give an outline and tell us what you intend to say. Okay, let's see what else we've got. It's okay. We've got a couple more here. Let's take this one. Some people believe that homework is not so effective in students' education. However, some others argue that doing homework is a much more extensive, should not be given assignments in order to keep their interest in studying. Okay, that's not bad. It's short. It's pretty clear. All I would say is, what's your... Sorry, having this office window open means I'm getting a lot of traffic noise. But anyway, so that's not too bad. What I would say over here is you need to give some kind of an overview. What exactly are you going to be arguing? Why this is good and why that is bad, etc. So let's have a look at another one, and I'll show you. I'll find my Band 9 example and I'll show you it. So people think that students do not be obliged. Do not? You mean should? Should not be obliged to do assignments. What you mean? Yeah, but assignments is not homework. You can do assignments in the classroom. It's specifically, and you have to make it clear, homework. Whilst there are others who opine. Nobody says opine. Others who think that giving homework to pupils contributes to improving, watch these verb forms, children's education. In my opinion, children should be given homework to practice what they are taught more. Well, we don't really need more. And learn it effectively. Okay, that's not so bad. I would still include an outline as to why you think that. But still, that's not so bad. Not so bad. See what else we've got. Why is that in bold? Nevertheless, what? No idea. We don't need that. Some people think homework helps students. Now, it's not students, it's school kids. Be careful here. It's children, not students. So students could be a university. Yeah, so it's not students. School children. Make sure that you get that right.
should not be obliged to do homework, whilst there are others who think that giving homework to pupils contributes. Some people think homework helps the students improve their knowledge. Well, I would end that there with a comma and make that a full stop. Results show. Results what? Results where? That if children spend their time without doing any homework, they can increase their efficiencies and capabilities at what? Both in the school and in their personal lives. Such as what? So you haven't put both of the views here. You've got one view. Some people think homework helps school children improve their knowledge. Okay, but where's the opposite view? Where is it? Results show what? Results show what? Efficiencies and capabilities, such as, what does that mean? So in this essay we demonstrate, or we will demonstrate, both methods. Both? What methods are you talking about? And give superb reasons. Why would your reasons be superb? And give reasons why we believe what we say. Well, that's grammatically, linguistically rather strange, and it doesn't work anyway. So in this essay, well, no, that's not good. So we need both views. We need a clear opinion, and we need to have some kind of an outline what you intend to talk about, essentially, and that doesn't really do any of those things. Have we got any more? Right, I think we just got one more. People's opinion is divided concerning whether teachers home to pupils or not. That's good. Some opine. Nobody opines anymore. Some people think giving homework is important for youth. It's not youth, it's children. Not the same thing. Others have an opposing view. I side with the latter group. What's the opposing view? That it's not important? I side with the latter group in the belief that children should enjoy communal life. What's that got to do with having homework? What's that got to do with anything? How does that specifically tie in with whether a child receives homework or not? No idea what that means. And shoulder some responsibility. Again, what does that have to do with getting homework or not? No idea. So that's not too bad. But this last part here, I'm not really sure what that is talking about. Okay, so here's my introduction. So, go back to the question again. Some people believe that school children should not be given homework by their teachers, whereas others argue that homework plays an important role in the education of children. Both use and give your opinion. So, you paraphrase, answer the question, and give an outline. So, what I have done here. Okay, according to some, teachers should not give homework to school children. Now, in terms of paraphrasing, you can see how I've turned it round. Yeah, so even though I'm using some of the same words, the order is not the same. It's paraphrased, essentially. So, according to some, teachers should not give homework to school children. However, others would argue that it is a vital part of their education. Okay, so I've paraphrased. Okay, you can see how I've changed it round. I've changed a couple of key words. Important role is vital now. Important role is vital part. I've moved the beginning to the end. I've changed the word order according to some. Others would argue, instead of some people, according to some. Okay. So the next part, you have to make your opinion
as clear as possible. So in my view, homework makes children resentful of their teachers. So obviously, making children resentful is a negative. So I don't think it's good. Despite the fact, and this is the alternative, it might help in reinforcing the subject material. So I've given an outline here. There's some idea of where the essay is going. So in paragraph 2, I'll be talking about view 1, which is also mine, that homework might make children unhappy, resentful, etc., and why that's bad. And paragraph number 3, I'll be looking at, well, if we take this into account, on the other hand, it might well help in reinforcing the lesson which they have learnt in school. Yeah. So that's just an idea of how you might approach the discussion and opinion essays. Now, I'm sorry, my voice is a little rough today. It's kind of croaky. It's a bit early, and I'm not feeling particularly good. But I hope you can understand me. Oh dear, sorry. You see? Not so good. But anyway, I hope that helps. So if you've got any questions, you can post them in the group on Telegram. Okay, I'll see you later.